Okay, we are finally doing it for real this time.
Taco rice.
Hey guys, we just visited the Kyoto International Manga Museum and I had a phenomenal time. I wish I could have shared it with you guys, but they don't allow for photography or videography inside, but they have some phenomenal exhibits. We checked one out in particular. It was like illusion and reality, and I'll have notes on my blog. Unfortunately, I will not have pictures. So if you are in the Kyoto area, I really can't recommend it enough. There is a small gift shop. It's a huge manga library, and I have been told that locals will even purchase yearly passes for about $40, or what is it, 4,000 yen? And just come here and read on the weekends, which seems amazing. I am so jealous. I wish we had anything like that in the US. However, I can't gripe too much because the Nashville Public Library does have a pretty good manga section and they do really keep up with it. But it's huge and they have these gallery exhibitions, and I learned about Genga, which is also known as Dash, which is a reproduction technique which allows them to share a very good facsimile of the original art with others, so people like me can learn from it without exposing fragile, expensive, irreplaceable stuff to the elements or to travel, the rigors of travel. So I really enjoyed being able to check out this exhibit, and I really enjoyed my time here at this museum, and I would love to be able to come back. Unfortunately, we're on a short time span, and I think our compatriots are about done here. So
we have other manga museums.
They do have other manga museums, and I kind of hope to hit some of the other ones up, but I'm also grateful for the time that I was able to spend here. And I'm not the sort of person who can do something like this for an entire day. I tend to get oversaturated and I need breaks in order to best learn from it. So I'm really appreciative that we checked out the exhibit that we checked out, and I hope that I can make my way back to this museum at some point in the future. So I hope if you guys are in the area, you can check it out too. So this is a manga cafe where the artists have drawn on the walls. You have to have special permission to do it, and it's just incredible because those are originals too, and it's like really interesting to think about how those are originals. Alright guys, so I lied. We ended up going back in and looking at, I want to say like 3 more exhibits. One of them was a huge exhibit, like took up a big exhibition room. I wish I could show you guys photos, and it was really all about not only the history of manga, but sort of like the relationship between manga and comics throughout the rest of the world. And I know a lot of us Western artists, especially as Western artists with sort of a manga inspired or an anime inspired style, we've been told our entire lives that we're a laughing stock, that other people laugh at the work we do, that we would never be taken seriously in another country. I mean, all sorts of just like mean stuff when you're not even soliciting for it. And something I really noticed here was how positive that attitude was towards works from other countries and works inspired by manga, and just sort of this general interplay of inspiration. And I really wish I could have gotten photos of some of those exhibits, because there's a lot of discussion about the interplay between American culture and manga since like the 1917s, something like that, like really early on. And that was actually what I'd wanted to do my thesis on, and I was talked out of it because at SCAD Savannah they said literally anybody with a manga style did a thesis on that. So yet the teachers still had the same kind of outdated attitudes towards the interplay. So this has been a really great visit, and I really can't recommend enough that if you're in the area and that if you enjoy comics, you come out here and check it out and absorb it all. There's an English section. There are also English explanations on almost all of the exhibitions, which is really cool, and it makes it easy to understand, easy to follow along. They don't allow photography. I don't think they have a problem with sketchbooks. I was taking notes and doing sketches the whole time, just trying to kind of capture as much as I can. It's like 600 yen, 500 yen to get in. It might even be cheaper than that. And once you have your ticket, you can come in and out all day long. And some people will even buy yearly passes. So that could definitely be something that if you're interested in this sort of thing would be well worth your investment. We also checked out this really cool exhibit where they did casts of artists' hands. They even had they had a bunch of French artists in there too. So it was definitely a work in progress and an ongoing thing, and it was also more worldwide than we've been led to believe. So I am both super thrilled with this visit. I cried a few times actually, and I'm also furious because I don't like being lied to, and I don't like that in the US we perpetuate these myths about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, and we assume we know what other people are thinking when we really don't. It's really, really annoying. So it's nice to be able to come here and see that kind of all the nerd shame that I'd acquired over the years from people telling me what to do and how to draw is kind of baseless. So that was really nice, and I wish there was a way I could share this with more of you guys so that maybe you would feel the same way. So all I can do is recommend that you come out here and you spend a lot of time, dedicate 3 or 4 hours. We get here at oh gosh, I want to say 10:30, but maybe earlier, and it's already 2 now. So dedicate a lot, and we could have spent even longer. Dedicate a lot of time if you're interested in comics, if you're interested in manga, to the Kyoto International Manga Museum.